All right, here is a bunch of bridges. So you're gonna have a lie down on your back. And actually, before we do that, grab a yoga brick if you have one handy. I happen to have one handy. You don't have to use it, but it is an option, particularly if you have tight IT bands, lateral hamstrings, or have a hard time getting into your big toe joint. So I'll cover that in a minute. So have a lie down, heels roughly in line with the sitting bones. So it doesn't mean they need to be really close. They just need to be fairly lined up. And take a big breath in and a big breath out. Inhale for your prep. And on your exhale, do like a long, obnoxious exhale. And just see what that gets you. See how that connects the front body. And what we're shooting for is to drop those ribs down, bring the two hip points towards each other. And you may feel your back actually broaden into the mat. The more that the front connects, the more space the back has to take up. Inhale to prepare, and exhale. Long, long, obnoxious exhale. And just feel those connections starting to form. Inhale to prepare. And this time on your exhale, I want you to think about lifting your pelvic floor up and then rolling it back, which is going to take you into a little bit of an imprint. So an imprint meaning that your spine is touching the mat or reaching for the mat, all in one long line. But you're not clenching your butt to try to make that happen. You're doing it through those low abdominals. So not the butt clench, but lifting that pelvic floor up and back. And then just take a breath here and let your spine or your breath really expand on either side of your spine. And notice if maybe one side feels tighter than the other. Things to notice. And then exhale, release your pelvis back to roughly neutral. Inhale to prepare here. Exhale, we're going to lift up through that pelvic floor, wrap the internal organs back, and start to mobilize that spine through the imprint, and then lifting your pelvis up and off of the mat. Ribs are going to stay down. So in a perfect world, my ribs are staying in line with my pelvis. This is a really popular bridge. We're not going to do that. We're going to keep those ribs down so that my abdominals are connected, and then it's my glutes and hamstrings that are getting my butt up and not my back extensors. So as you come to this bridge, this is your check bridge. If you're here, your knees are flopped out to the side, you're heavy in the pinky side of your foot, this might be the place where you want to take that yoga brick and stick it between your thighs, so that you can get your adductors, your inner thighs firing more and connecting into that big toe joint. Big breath in. Big breath out, nice and slow. I'm going to roll down through my spine, articulating, releasing that pelvis down and through to neutral. All right. So now we've sort of covered what we're looking for. Take an inhale and an exhale. I'm going to get rid of the brick, but keep it if you need it. Find your feet, big toe joint, baby toe joint, inner and outer heel. Inhale to prepare. Exhale, lifting up through pelvic floor. Rolling back and up. And then as you come up, I want you to think about reaching the front of your body. Your quads are going to reach over big toe, second toe. And your heels are going to pull back towards your butt. So you're going to feel more hamstring there, more glute, reaching length through those quads. Big breath in, big breath out. In a perfect world, we're going to keep those hip points even. And I'm going to press into the right ball of the foot and lift the right heel. And lower it down. And the left side. And down. And right. And left. Keep alternating. When you lift up that heel, make sure you're coming up over big toe, second toe, and not out over that pinky side of the foot. We're staying over big toe, second toe. Over big toe, second toe. Over big toe, second toe. Inhale, exhale, lower down. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, find those feet, press away from the floor, reach the quads over big toe, second toe, pull the heels towards your butt. Now I'm going to press into my right heel and lift my right forefoot and back down. And left, and right, and left, and right, and left, and right. Last one. Left, lower, roll down. Inhale at the bottom. Exhale. Coming right back up. Reach the front of the body. Pull the heels towards the butt, back of the body. All right, so now this is a little pat my head, rub my tummy. We're going to press into the right ball of the foot, lift the right heel, press into the left heel, and pull back that ball of the foot. And then we're going to switch, and switch, and switch, and switch. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Land the feet, inhale, exhale, roll down through the spine, release the pelvis through to neutral. All right, so now this time, instead of articulating the spine up, we're gonna come into a neutral pelvis bridge. So I'm gonna lift from here, I'm gonna keep my spine in neutral and come right up. Incidentally, if you have any osteoporosis or osteopenia, best to work in a neutral pelvis bridge always. Inhale, exhale, we're gonna lift right up. Same rules apply at the top though. We're gonna reach those quads, we're gonna pull those heels and reach down. Inhale, exhale, lift up. Check in with all of your alignment, lower down and press up and lower and press and lower and press and lower. We're going to lift it up, hold it here, keeping those hip points as even as possible. We're going to float that right leg into tabletop. We're going to tap the booty down towards the mat, bring it right back up, keeping neutral pelvis bridge. We go again for 2, up, 3, up, 4, 5, and 6. Lift and hold. Lower that right leg. Lift the left leg. And booty taps down, booty taps up. Make sure you're keeping that foot alignment, that big toe joint, not hanging out on that pinky side. I think we got 2 more. I'm a terrible counter. Let's do 1 more. Why not? Last one. Lift. Lower that left leg. Inhale. Exhale. Let's articulate back down. As you articulate down, really pull those heels towards your butt. Reach your quads across big toe, second toe. Keep that as you roll down. It's just going to help to give you a little traction through the spine. Unless you know you shouldn't be flexing through the spine, in which case keep that neutral pelvis bridge. Release the pelvis through to neutral. Big breath in. Big breath out. We're going to roll onto the side to push up to sit. So there's a little bridge series. Again, if you've got any bone density issues, work in neutral pelvis bridge instead of articulating through the spine. But if you don't have any bone loss issues, work through that articulation and really keep that energy of moving the quads over big toe, second toes. You pull the heel towards your butt. It helps to pull the pelvis so that you're maintaining some space and giving some traction through each vertebra as you roll down. And it should feel kind of nice, especially after all of the booty burn. As always, leave any comments if you have questions, and I'll do my best to get back to you. All right.